Welcome back to the channel. I want to show you guys how to do versioning on the color page and how to do versioning deliverables without having to add a whole bunch of different renders to your render queue. So here we have this clip and I'll right click it in the media pool and you can see there's no LUT added. And let's jump over to the color page with Shift 6. I actually have the color bypassed, which is up here, this little icon, or you can hit Shift D to turn it on and off. So on this one, I have it labeled LUT, and if we right click the node, I just chose the basic Sony S-Log2 to Rec 709 LUT, and this is what it looks like. And then if I hit Command B, I get version 2, as you can see by the little dialog box that opens up. We have a different node, and this one I actually just dialed it in how I like. So switching between the two is Command B, the version 1, version 2. So to make a version, you right click the clip, and up at the top you have versions. You could load, rename, or delete them or disable. And then you could say create new version. And you could call this version 3, hit OK, and then that will be on the list as well. So that's how you make a new version. If you don't have a version, it'll just be version 2. Right here is your split screen icon right above the preview window. If you hit that, you can see version is already loaded. So now we have the standard LUT version on the left, the second one on the right here. And you can click that box. As you can see, the node changes. So if you wanted to work back and forth between the two, you can just double click and it reloads each version. Now, let's say you had 3 or 4 different looks going on the same few clips or sequence, and the client is asking you for not just a still, but they want to see the whole shot. So if you wanted to deliver out each look, normally you would go and load a version and put it in the queue and render it out. Then grab the next version. But there's a better way to do that. Now that we have these two looks going, let's jump over to the deliver page with Shift 8. You can choose whatever codec and aspect that you like. You need to have it on individual clips here. You can go ahead and go custom name, give it a name, and then you need this checkbox right here called use commercial workflow. And then I chose use version name for folders, so it would separate them into folders. So let's go ahead and add that to the queue. So now we have one render. It says one clip, but watch this preview window when we hit render. So now you can see it changed. And so now it's rendering out the basic LUT version, version 1. And then it'll pop over right here and start rendering out version 2. So that will render out each version independently, and you don't have to just set up each one. And then if we go over to our Finder here and drag in the output location, you can see here's the first version. We have version 2, which has the same name. So you could go in and rename it V2. That's kind of why I like having the folder on it. But that's how you can render out multiple versions of the same clip without having to put a new job queue in for each one. All right, I hope that helps. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.